Well, howdy doody, everyone. This is Frank Perez here with Frank with You. This is the first show ever. I'm excited to be here. I just wanted to welcome you, Tasha Bronson.
Nice to be here.
I'm so glad you're here.
It's a pleasure.
You know, so you've been known to do coffee in this town for 12 years now. Will you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I would definitely call myself a coffee connoisseur. I work really hard to keep people energized.
Wait, is that like some sort of dinosaur?
Kind of, except much more violent.
Oh.
Yeah. It's it's hard to keep up with all the other coffee people that exist around here.
Oh, man.
But, I definitely consider myself a top dog.
Well, I appreciate you being here. So I have brought you here for three main questions, and it's about the Donald Trump and athletes, North Korea wanting to bomb us, and they say that Planet X is going to hit us soon.
Finally.
What is your take on that?
Well, where should we start?
Let's start with North Korea.
All right. Well, I hear that for last I heard, the Rocket Man, as Elton John and Trump decided to title him, he's going to press that button any day now, which, speaking of the follow-up question, I'm a little concerned because I would hate for the Planet X rotation to come in at the same time as the bomb, and then the bomb possibly hits the wrong planet. I mean, that would be terrible.
Is this anything like weather warfare?
Oh, like some Project Bluebeam kind of stuff?
Yeah.
It very well could be. It very well could be, I'm kind of hoping that it is, Maybe weather weapons will be the new thing. I mean, maybe he's not even sending a nuke. He's been testing, hailstorms or something for the past, 5 years. Who knows?
Hurricanes, tsunamis?
I mean, the weather has been a little questionable the past, few months. Who knows?
Thanks, Tasha Bronson. All right, so this is the very first time here, and it definitely won't be the last. I want to welcome Poppy Garcia to the stage.
Yeah. Made it.
All right, Poppy Garcia.
Made it.
Some would say that you're a local Pensacola artist.
Oh, that's nice of them.
What do you think about that?
I definitely do make some art, and I'm definitely living in Pensacola. So, I mean, those two things are totally true.
Makes perfect sense then.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to agree.
Well, tell me about yourself.
Well, I've lived here my whole life, born and raised here. I do all kinds of stuff, make puppets, paint, draw pictures of dogs and wieners, and, that's a lot of it.
Hot dogs?
Oh, yeah. Big hot dog enthusiast over here.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Some often get me confused with hot dogs. Maybe it's because my name's Frank.
You know what? When you invited me over here, I thought I was going to a hot dog show.
You might as well have been.
I mean, I'm waiting. But yeah, other than that...
Yes, we're still making a porn over here.
Other than that, I just started a small gallery in my garage. And
nice catch.
That's been going pretty well. But oh yeah, you can love that. But yeah, it's been good. Poppy's Garage Gallery. The GG.
How's that going? I heard you had a really impressive art show there last weekend.
It was pretty impressive. It was
Finally
it was
got
called
that garage cleaned out.
Finally, I got rid of all the bodies and all the appliances that were out there.
I've done some unholy things in that garage.
Yes, it's a disgusting place. So I was surprised that people even showed up for anything that wasn't, gangbang oriented. But
for once.
I know, right? But yeah, it was good. It was curated by Matt Pham, who's a local guy here in Pensacola.
Whatever happened to Matt Pham?
I think he's dead.
Yeah, someone told me that he died.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died.
Oh,
but
that's a shame.
Shit happens, I guess. Crazier things have happened, am I right? He could even come back to life. That wouldn't even be that crazy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that shocking.
But yeah, the show was called Art Machine Broke. The art machine was definitely broke as fuck because no one bought anything. But
wait, so the whole thing was the art machine?
Whole thing. And everyone there was broke. and
Nobody bought anything?
possibly starving. Actually, people did buy some stuff. I mean,
No one even... Did anybody steal anything?
oh man. I mean, I don't know where the artwork went. I assume that the artist took it, but if they didn't, then someone definitely made out pretty clean on that one. But yeah, it was a good turnout. 100 and something people. Chew from Atlanta played.
What?
Yeah, along with Paul the P-Funk Fresh, who used to be a local Pensacola fella. Now he's a big timer over there in New Orleans.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite rapper of all time. Paul the P-Funk Fresh. If you haven't heard of him, check him out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, born and raised, you say?
Mm-hmm. Whole life.
Same here. So we've probably known each other at least half of our lives, huh?
I'd say so. A long time. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
The minutes have been hot. Tepid, at least.
What do you think about the traffic here in Pensacola?
You know, I think that everyone here might be a bit challenged as far as driving is concerned.
I almost got rear-ended and front-ended on the way here.
Damn. Usually I have to pay for that kind of
I
stuff.
know. I didn't pay anything.
Damn.
Highly disappointed.
I'm disappointed for you. Yeah, you know, I think the driving here is ridiculous. I also think that, you know, a lot of the roads are ridiculous. I think a lot of, you know, turn signals, that seems to be a thing that people don't know how to do. But, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who knows how to do that?
Never understood that.
I didn't even know my car had it until recently.
What do you think about Dave and Buster's?
I wish that we had a Dave & Buster's.
I wish we had a Dave and Buster's too.
Like, as a matter of fact, I wish we had two Dave & Buster's. So then I could
Double
go
the Buster's?
Well, I could go to one for a while and be like, yeah, this is my Dave & Buster's. And then something like kind of shitty could happen. And then I'd be like, oh man, forget that place. I'm going to the Dave & Buster's across town. That one's way cooler. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's more
Kind of like, what is that place? The Ticket. There's a shitty one and a shittier one.
Yeah, exactly. I like the shittier one myself. I mean, you know.
Me too.
I'm a dive bar kind of guy.
I'm really into dive bars.
Because that's cool. No.
Anyways, back to Planet X. Apparently we were all supposed to die last Saturday. Didn't happen.
I was pretty pissed. I was, you know, waiting in anticipation. I had my tinfoil helmet on. I had tinfoil on everything. I mean, everything. I spent thousands of dollars on tinfoil because I thought that's like what you did for this kind of thing. And yeah, no aliens, no planet, like no one jumped over here, no reptoid aliens. I was expecting maybe like a live broadcast of like all the politicians ripping their people faces off.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. So they said that if our planet didn't get crushed by this other planet, then it would just nearly hit us. So do you think that would affect our gravitational pull?
You know, you would think it would, but nowadays, you know, nothing really surprises me. I would think that maybe it would just like linger around for a while. People would like take some selfies with it, and then, you know, it'd just pass on by.
I thought it would be really cool to just like pull one out and just like jerk it into another planet, just let it fly right away. Like,
who knows if it could have landed and then maybe
populated a whole,
yeah, just like grew like little Franks. That'd be fucking insane.
Oh man, that'd be terrible.
Years and years later, Planet X comes back around, just a bunch of tiny little Franks.
Nobody needs that.
Hell no.
Anyways, so Tasha Bronson, I hear that you're on to bigger and better things, that you're leaving the coffee business.
Yeah, you know.
Behind.
I'm done with it. I've had my fair share of beans in my life.
But why?
I'm done.
Do you know how many lives you're ruining?
You know, these coffee mongers around here, they're going to have to dry up. You know what I'm saying? It's about time. They got clean.
The well's already dry. The well's been dry.
We all know that coffee is addicting, and I'm tired of contributing such lethal doses of caffeine.
What am I going to do?
You're going to have to rehab, Frank. That's all I can say. Rehab. It's kind of the only option. I had to do it, you know. More people are going to have to do it.
So this is it?
This is it. This is it.
Thank you, Tasha Bronson.
No problem.
Poppy Garcia. Your hair looks really nice today.
Thanks. I washed it.
Must have been the first time in Like 2 days, huh?
Probably, yeah. Give it a little brush, too.
It's got a nice sheen.
Gotta, I do what I can, when I can. Time permitting.
Speaking of time permitting.
We're at 11 minutes.
My rubber band says we've got about 11 minutes left.
Little delay.
So here we are, halfway through the very first episode of Frank with You. So the real question of this podcast is, what's a podcasting and who does it matter? What say you, Poppy Garcia?
What is a podcasting and who does it matter? I often ask myself the same question. And I really think that a podcasting, whoever be, make it for you. And I mean, as far as, what it means for people, I mean, what do people mean for a podcast? You know what I mean? It's really, the podcast is what's most important. So the feelings that the podcast has, that's what I care about.
Muy importante. So like when people watch podcasts, they're looking for maybe some entertainment from an idol, maybe someone to just, I don't know, impregnate.
Mm,
I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
that's why I came
Maybe
here.
maybe a podcast is just to get away from the internet for just 2 seconds, that external limb that we all have and just can't seem to amputate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Anywho, Frank with You here, just to let you know that I'm glad to be here. Oh!
Yeah. All right.
Tell us about our sponsors.
So Marlboro and Marlboro Lights want you to keep smoking their cigarettes.
Please. We need as many as we can get.
Oh man, I'm not into cowboy killers. Poppy Garcia, what do you think about cigarettes?
I was a smoker for a while, and then I wasn't, and then I was again, and now I'm not again. So I feel like a quitter. I feel like I've let a lot of people down, maybe even a little bit of a hypocrite. But I mean, I would never admit that.
Is that why you're so smoking hot?
Damn right. Damn right. That and the hot plate you have me sitting on underneath the seat.
I have it on broil.
I'm feeling toasty.
Oh man,
You're doing great.
yeah.
I'm feeling great.
Speaking of feeling great,
Mm-hmm.
how's about a little bit of rock and roll?
God, please.
Are you familiar with this band?
What is this? Is that one band?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is Creed.
Oh, man, I love those guys.
Yeah, I used to hate Creed until they came out with this album.
This album definitely does them justice.
Very, maybe garage rock revival, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of
Rock
glad
and roll
they
revival. I don't know.
glad they dropped the whole like Bible thing or whatever.
Rock and roll revival.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Your
the
favorite
new
genre.
Creed's great.
God, I love those guys. They really turned it around.
Speaking of rock and roll revivals, what do you think about God in general?
I don't really think about God. Or at least I try not to as often as possible. Every once in a while I hear this voice in my head that tells me it's God, but I'm pretty sure that's just like a depraved, disgusting, loathsome portion of myself, which very well could be God now that I think about it. So I guess I think about God a lot.
Is it usually while you're driving?
Oh, yeah.
That's me because I locked myself in your trunk.
Oh, I knew it. That makes a lot of sense. I thought it sounded like you.
Yeah, sometimes I like to pretend I'm God when I'm in your trunk.
I don't blame you. It's a good place to do it.
Can you blame me?
Can't. I literally can't blame you.
Good. So I'm glad you took time out of your busy artist schedule to come hang out with us. I feel like we're like really hitting it off.
You know, I think it's going all right.
You want to be my partner in crying?
I think I could do that.
Thanks, bro.
That was good.
So this final segment is something that I like to call Frankie's Bag of Tapes.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go. I'm going to play something for y'all that just means a lot to me. I feel like this album just may have defined a generation, or at least two. This is some Bruce Springsteen for you.
Ooh. The boss.
What do you think about Born to Run?
I mean, that's how I feel every day. You know, I remind myself, born to run free, most importantly.
Sometimes you just gotta run.
It's true.
You know, if this was my album, I think I would have called it Run Till I Die. Or Run Away.
Born to run, fun in the sun, #1.
And then a hashtag at the end. Because that doesn't make sense.
No. Yeah, that's that good shit.
Yeah, this album had to have defined a generation.
Yeah, I think if you look up a generation in the dictionary, it just says this album.
It's just a picture of Bruce Springsteen's face.
Yep. He's just like,
He's like wearing American flag shorts.
it's all he ever wore. I think they were sewn on.
You know, this might be the only album that doesn't have an American flag on it.
What a sellout.
I know. What year did this come out? 1975. Was this his first album?
Jeez. Not early enough, if you ask me. Then it could have changed 3 generations.
I think this was the era where he was doing a lot of hallucinogens.
You'd have to be making something that sounds like this.
Did LSD come before mushrooms?
I think that's like a chicken before the egg question.
So nobody knows.
Nobody knows. People are still taking both to try and figure it out.
You know what, Papi Garcia? I think you're hired. Did you know this was a job interview?
Thank God, because I really needed the job. I had my fingers crossed.
I know you've been out of work for a little while.
It's true. Whole starving artist thing isn't as lucrative as I thought it would be.
I'm gonna see how many times I can flip this pen around.
Oh my God. This, man, they tune in for the podcast. They stay for this. This is a real show. This is blowing me away. Are you people blown away? I am.
Oh, 6,000 times. Folks, Frank with you here, with you. All of you. Glad you could come out. For the first time. It's not my first time.
It won't be the last, am I right?